Hello students, welcome to Standard 9 Subject Mathematics Chapter 10 Circles. This is lecture number 7. Here we have the new topic is angle subtended by an arc of a circle. The arc of a circle, the definition we have seen, a part of a circle which makes the angle at the center. About that we want to study in this portion. Before that, we will see the two notes here. If two chords of a circle are equal, like here, AB and CD, two chords we have shown in a figure, and if the chords are equal, then the corresponding arcs are congruent. Then corresponding arcs also congruent. That means if AB and CD, the chords are equal, corresponding arcs are this way. We have to see AB as the arc and CD as the arc. That arc will also be congruent. And conversely means it's opposite. If two arcs are congruent, like AB arc and CD arc are congruent or equal, then their corresponding chords AB and CD are also equal. From the figure it is, if two chords AB equals CD, for this statement it is, if two chords AB equals CD means two chords are equal, then the corresponding arcs arc AB and arc CD are also equal or congruent. And if this converges, if arc AB and arc CD are equal or congruent, then corresponding chords are also equal. So the chord point of view, if both the chords are equal, the corresponding arcs are equal, and it's converse. If two arcs are equal, corresponding chords are equal. This is the statement, the note we have to understand and learn. Next is, the figure is given. Congruent arcs or equal arcs, here AB and CD, two arcs are shown and they are congruent arcs or equal arcs here of a circle, subtend equal angles at the center. If two arcs AB and CD are equal, they will subtend equal angle at center. Means if arcs AB and arc CD are equal, symbolical way, then angle subtended at the center O by them are angle AOB and angle COD, that both angle will be equal. If the arcs are equal, at the center angles are equal, subtended by them. This is the thing to be noted, to be understood. So angle subtended by an arc of a circle, this is center of the circle. The two angles are equal if arcs are equal. That is we have understood. Now next very important theorem we have 10.8 is the angle subtended by an arc at the center is double than the angle subtended by it at any point on the remaining part of the circle. Let's understand this by the figure. The three figures we have shown here. To understand this and to prove this, the angle POQ in this you can say. PQ is an arc and it is subtending at center angle POQ. So and the angle POQ is subtended by an arc PQ at the center O. So the angle subtended by an arc at the center is angle POQ. This is this angle subtended at the center by the arc. And angle PAQ, because this PQ covers this much of part of the circle, the remaining part of the circle is this part. On that part, if I take any point A, so on that the angle subtended by the same arc is angle PAQ, that is here. The angle PAQ subtended by it means by the arc at any point on the remaining part of the circle. At any point, here, anywhere you can take the point. It is the angle PAQ showing that subtended by the arc at any point on the remaining part of the circle. So this angle POQ is at the center and angle PAQ at the remaining part. What is the relation between that? The center angle is double than the angle at the remaining part. So at center the angle is POQ is double, means equals to 2 times of the angle PAQ, and angle PAQ is made on or subtended on the remaining part of the circle. So this is we want to prove. In proof, we consider the three different cases as in a figure. In that first one, arc PQ is minor arc we have taken. In second case, PQ is a semicircle arc. PQ is semicircle arc. Means this way the PQ is diameter. This way it is semicircle arc. Means half circle. And third, arc PQ is major. Arc PQ is major arc here. Now, this is three cases we are considering. Let's join AO in all three figures. Join AO. So AO means the A is remaining part of mine, O is the center here also. So if we join AO this way, and this way, and one more thing, extend it to a point B. AO join and extend it, some extra extension, and at to point B we have to take. Similarly here also, join AO, extend to B, join AO, extend to B. In all the three figures we have done the same. In all the cases here, angle BOQ means this angle BOQ is equals to angle OAQ plus OQA. OAQ means this angle plus OQA means this angle. Why this? We can write angle BOQ, this angle is the sum of these two angles. Why we can write this? The reason here we have, say this is result 1. For this the reason is because the exterior angle of a triangle is equal to the sum of the two interior opposite angles. In the triangle chapter we have seen this. The exterior angle is equal to the sum of the two interior opposite angles. So what is here? For triangle OAQ, this triangle you see, triangle OAQ. This angle BOQ is exterior angle for this triangle, exterior. And two interior opposite angles are this angle and this angle. So because of this statement, exterior angle is the sum of two interior opposite. Exterior angle BOQ, that is equals to the sum of these two interior opposite angles, that is OAQ plus OQA. OAQ plus OQA. From this the result 1 comes. The reason is here we have. Next, also in triangle OAQ, this angle OAQ, this angle and angle OQA are equal. Why? Because their opposite sides are equal. OA and OQ are equal. Why this OA and OQ are equal? Because OA and OQ are radii of the same circle. The radii OA equals to OQ. It is, we have in the figure, obvious it is, the radii are equal. In the triangle, if two sides are equal, their opposite angles are equal. So OA's opposite angle is angle OQA and OQ's opposite angle is OAQ. Both the angles are equal. Say this as the reason radii OA equals to OQ, that is. So this relation if we use in equation 1, so from 1, angle BOQ equals to, it is angle OAQ plus OQA. In place of OQA, if we consider OAQ, so it will be OAQ and OAQ. Angle OAQ plus angle OAQ will be 2 times angle OAQ. So this is angle BOQ equals to 2 times angle OAQ. We have from this relation we used in 1. Say this result 2. What we have proved ultimately actually here, angle BOQ, this exterior angle for this triangle, is twice of angle OAQ, this part, this angle. Similarly, on the left side triangle, if I take triangle OAP, this POB or BOP angle is the exterior angle, and we can similarly prove that this exterior angle is double of this angle OAP. So that is here we have written by similarly what we have used, and we can directly write as this exterior angle BOP for this triangle OAP. Angle BOP is double of angle OAP. Similarly we can prove it. So we have written similarly. Say this result 3. Now simply just add result 2 and 3. So from 2 and 3 we have added the result 2 and 3 actually. So addition of the left side are angle BOQ plus angle BOP equals, here the addition of right side are 2 is common in both. So we have taken this common, and in the bracket angle OAQ plus angle OAP. Right? Now these all situation gives, by the figure you see, angle BOQ is this angle, angle BOQ is this angle. plus angle BOP is this angle. Sum of these two angles is actually angle POQ. So sum of BOQ plus BOP is angle POQ from the figure we can see. Similar way equals to 2 as it is. The bracket angle you see carefully, angle OAQ. OAQ is this angle plus angle OAP plus angle OAP means this angle. Sum of these two angles OAP and OAQ, sum of these two angles gives angle PAQ. So in place of this sum, we can write angle PAQ. So that we wanted to prove angle BOQ equals to 2 times angle PAQ. The result 4 is our proof. In case 3 this is where the PQ is the major arc. About this we have proved. So its reflex angle also we can show equal. So reflex angle POQ equals to twice of angle PAQ. For this part we have proved. So for this reflex angle part, also the same result we can write. So in all the cases, all the three cases, we have angle BOQ equals to 2 times major angle PAQ. Angle BOQ equals to 2 times angle PAQ. In all the three cases we can show it, and this way we can do the proof. In short, we have to remember for this theorem, like for any arc, by any arc, whether it is minor, whether it is semicircular arc, or whether it is the major arc, the angle subtended at the center, that is angle BOQ here for the example given, angle subtended at the center will be equals to 2 times or double than this angle subtended the remaining part of the circle by the same arc. Center angle is double of the remaining part angle. That way, in short, we have to remember for this theorem. So this is very important theorem. We have to write it and prepare it. Try to write without saying it for the exam purpose. And this notes are also very important to understand about the circle and what is the relation between the arcs and the chords. If arcs are equal, chords are equal, chords are equal, arcs are equal. And by equal arcs, the angles subtended at the centers are equal. That way these things are also very important. So you have to write it very well handwriting in your notebook and prepare. Thank you.